Hi my loves, Nastacia Nicolette here and welcome back to my channel.
Summertime in Atlanta, the hottest, so they probably be showing they body. About time I done got me a hottie. FAQS fine and I'm about mine. I go outside, sneaker call on my shawty. Good girl, but I love me.
In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I installed this gorgeous hair. And I want to take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Yolova Hair Company, for sending me this bomb wig. If you guys want to get this exact hair or some bomb hair just like it, go ahead and go on yolova.com and use my promo code NASTA to get 15% off your next purchase. And without further ado, let's get into the install. Okay guys, so here I'm just brushing back my edges with some Got2b glue. I put the Got2b glue on and then I wait for it to get a little tacky and then I use that to brush my edges back. And you just want to make sure you're really protecting your edges. You got to protect your natural hair, okay? And then once my edges are secured back, I braid all my straight back braids into one big braid and then I kind of pin it at the back. And then I proceed to put on the stocking cap. So I make sure to put it on correctly so that it doesn't mess up the edges that I just laid down. And then I go ahead with the Got2b blasting spray. I spray 2 layers of Got2b glue spray. I wait for it to dry and harden. And then I proceed to cut my lace off. I cut my lace down the middle first and then on the 2 sides. And y'all, oh my gosh, I did not have a razor. If you guys watch my previous installs, you know that I always use a razor to cut my stocking caps and my lace. But I did not have a razor and I was just lazy. I was not going to go to the beauty supply store. So I had to use some scissors. And y'all, I have had these pink scissors since, I want to say elementary school. It's either elementary or middle school, one of them. And they are so dull. Like, they are the dullest scissors ever. So I had to go ahead and get some new scissors. But y'all, one thing I'm gonna show y'all on this channel is how to make it work. You ain't got something, we gonna find a solution for it. So I just go ahead and cut that lace off with those dull scissors. If you're using dull scissors, just be careful because you kind of do have to put a little bit more force on it so that it does cut. So then after that, I just cut off the stocking cap off the perimeter of my head and then cut off any little extra pieces that I have so it can lay seamlessly. And then I use the extra stocking cap at the back just to tie it in a knot to secure that braid that I have back there and make sure everything is flat. And then you guys, I try on the wig to see if I need to cut any more of the lace or to make sure that it's gonna lay exactly where I want it to lay. And none of that lace is gonna be seen once I actually glue the wig to my head. So then there was some extra stocking cap that I need to cut off, and I just go ahead and cut that off. I then used the rest of that Got To Be glue that I used on my edges to securely melt that stocking cap into my skin. So all that white perimeter that you see is not going to be there anymore. And then I just take a rag and spray some alcohol on it and then wipe off all that extra glue. Because if you're like me and you have acne, you don't want to have all that glue on your head once you're gluing the wig down because you will break out. Then I take my Maybelline foundation in the shade 338 and I just put that all over my stocking cap to make sure that it's the same color as my skin. After that, I go back in with that same alcohol wipe and just make sure that all the makeup and glue is off of my forehead. All that excess glue is off of my skin. I then put on the wig again one more time to try it on, make sure the ear taps are even on both sides to make sure it's in the middle of my head. And then I use a liner pencil. I usually do this in like a shade closer to my skin, but I couldn't find my pencil, but any pencil will work. So I just take a pencil and I basically map out where I want it to be on my forehead. So like using this, you can make your forehead smaller, you can make your forehead bigger, like however you want the wig to lay, this is how you do it. So I just map out where I exactly want the wig to lay on my head so that I know where to put my glue. I flip my wig back. I proceed to put 2 layers of glue on the wig. Make sure the first layer of glue completely dries before you put the second layer because you'll end up with some like white residue on your wig and you do not want that. It's very hard to get off. And then I just lay my wig down. I use my comb to press that glue in. And then I take my handy dandy silk scarf, y'all, and I tie it down to make sure it's real tight. I leave this on for about 15 minutes, but honestly, you want to leave it on until you get a headache. That's how you know that wig is on your head. And then once I take this scarf off, I just comb out my edges because sometimes they do get a little trapped in the glue. So I just comb those back out, make sure everything is laid seamless. And I do apologize, you guys. The first half of me cutting off my lace, I don't know where it went. The footage is just gone, but I do show you guys how I cut it with scissors on this other half. So because I didn't have my razors, you just have to manually cut in zigzag motions. I got these better, sharper scissors, so they work great, but you just want to manually take your hand and cut it in those jagged motions so that you don't get the same shape lace all around. You want it to be zigzaggy. It looks more natural. And then around my ear tabs, I did put another layer of glue just to make sure that they really stay down because I didn't put a lot of glue there, so they came up. And then I realized that I wanted to cut a little bit more of the lace, so that's what I went ahead and did. And guys, this is really to your own liking. Some people like a little bit more lace left, some people don't. So it's really how you want your wigs to look. After that, I just went ahead and put some of that same foundation shade on the lace around the edges. It was giving that white cast, so I just made sure to dab a little bit of that foundation along the edges. And don't worry if you get a little bit on your hair, it's very easy to take off. Just take a little rag and wipe off whatever excess was there. I did curl this wig a couple days before this video because I just wanted to make the process a little easier for myself. The curls did fall out. When I finally took the pins out and everything and was looking at it, y'all, I was so scared. I think I just didn't particularly like the way the wig looked on me because I've never done this color before. So I was like, oh Lord, like I look crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on. Y'all gonna see my facial expression. So here I'm just seeing like, would it be better with a middle part, or what can I do to just make me like the hair a little bit more? So you see me just playing around with it. I do end up going back to that side part. I'm obsessed with side parts. Side parts are my fave. I love them. I decided to leave the side part and then I proceeded to do my edges. So once again, guys, edges are something that everyone particularly has how they like their edges. I love sideburns. I love dramatic edges. So that's what I do. I most likely always do that on my wig. So here you'll just see me mapping out my edges. I do my sideburns first. I see how long I want them to be on my face. And then I map out how I want my two side edges to be. You gotta play around with this. You probably will never get it perfect the first time. Edges are just something that you honestly have to keep playing around with until you get them perfectly. And then if you're cutting them with scissors like me, you always want to cut off and leave more than cut off more and not have a lot, because you never know if you're gonna like it after that first cut. So you wanna make sure that you leave enough hair that you can play around with it if you don't like it. So here you'll see me cut it first and see exactly how I want it to lay, and then cut some more because I didn't like how long it was. And on these scissors, all you have to do is you use the same method that you use on a razor. You start high and you come down low, and you just have to put a little bit more pressure on it because it's scissors. But honestly, it'll do the same thing. And then you guys see me going in with my Nairobi. If you see me doing my hair, Nairobi will not be far away. I love Nairobi. I get this on my face and it does not make me break out. I think the ingredients are just so natural. I've honestly been using Nairobi since I was a little girl. It's one of the best hair product companies to me. So you just see me swoop my edges to my liking, how I want them to look. And then I go ahead and recurl this hair. Guys, I was so scared that this hair was not gonna come out well. The color was gonna be too bright for me because once again, I said I've never done hair like this. But hands down, the best wig I've ever had. I had so many compliments on this hair from my teachers at school, my family, my friends. Like I posted on Instagram and people were like, oh my goodness, where did you get the hair? This is your color. And I can honestly say that this is some great hair. I had no shedding at all, honestly. Even I've had the wig now for about 3 weeks and the wig still does not shed. No tangles at all. The hair is just extremely soft and I just love it now. You'll see on my face that I did not know how this wig was gonna come out, but the results were just so wonderful, so gorgeous. And I love this wig. This is one of my favorite wigs. My boyfriend all the time tells me, oh, you gonna do the honey blonde wig? And I'm like, no, I have to switch it up. But guys, hands down, one of the best wigs. Make sure you check out Yolova.com to get you some hair because they honestly have great quality hair. And I will have my promo code information for you guys to get 15% off your first purchase for your own hair. And I hope you guys love this tutorial. Leave me any comments on how I could explain things better or anything you find that could be better in this video. And y'all will hear from me in the next video. Okay, you guys, it's the end of the video. I went ahead and beat my face. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to help you install your own wig. And I'm going to give you guys a little review of the hair. So I've had the hair now for 5 days. And honestly, there has been no tangling, no shedding. The hair is just super duper soft. Like, this is some of the best hair I've had. I only honestly have 2 complaints with this hair. The only thing is it doesn't hold curl that well. Today I went and I was like brushing out the hair and the curls kind of just completely went out. Like, it went kind of back straight. So I did have to go ahead and recurl the hair for today's video. And the only other small issue is that if you're my color or darker, you will have to put a little bit of makeup on your hairline just because the lace isn't HD, so it's not going to completely match your skin tone. But I do that with almost all my wigs, so that's not a big huge concern for me. But I just want to let you guys know you will have to put a little bit of makeup there, and then if you do want to curl the hair, just make sure you curl it before you want to wear it. Other than that, this hair is honestly amazing. Like I said, it's super soft, super great, very much true to length. And I just want to thank Yolova Hair Company again for sending me this bomb hair. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I love the girls, I love the girls. Swear to God, a nigga feel like every day get another girl. I love the girls, I love the girls, I love the girls. Yeah. I stay under the influence, so all of my babies assuming that I be out acting a foolie.